Ooh. Is this even worth it? Just copy paste this to my main account. Can somebody explain this? Am I wrong in my understanding on, wait, on this order? Would this order apply to the, Scott Bessent? Or is Toothless? Like, it sounds like the order is only applying to people that aren't part of the Treasury Department. Orders that the defendant show cause before blah, blah, blah. Why an order should not be issued pursuant to Rule 65 or preliminary joining the defendants during the pendency of the action for granting political appointees, special government employees, and any government employee detailed from an agency outside the Treasury Department access to Treasury Department payment systems. Oh, wait, actually, grammatically, I can't read this. Or I don't know what this is saying. Is this saying stopping the defendants during the pendency of this action from granting to political appointees, special government employees, and any government employee, all three of these classes of people, detailed from an agency outside the Treasury Department? Or is this just saying all political appointees, all special government employees, and then any government employee from an outside the Treasury Department agency? I feel like they would have clarified that in the order if they're literally barring. Like, how could you bar? Has Scott Bessent been confirmed yet? Or is he acting? He's still acting? RP. Fuck, does nobody know? Why does this, I'm not a fucking, Scott Bessent, new court order. Nobody is saying that Scott Bessent is blocked, are they? It's just blocking Doge, right? I feel like they would have clarified that in the order if it was actually blocking Bessent from having access, no? I see that Pisco made a video about it on Pisco's Hour. At the very least, people are interpreting it as political appointee applies to the Secretary of the Treasury. Why is this only clarifying, or why all these articles are just saying Elon Musk's department? They're not mentioning Scott. Where did he mention this on Pisco's Hour? It is in the article later on. Archive. Wait, who said that? The early Saturday order is the paragraph. It is in the article later. Is there a different article that you meant to link, or? The early Saturday order. Where are you getting this thing from? Did you mean to link a different article? Perhaps the article has been updated and the archive is an old snapshot. Oh my fucking God. Wait, do I not have a Wall Street Journal login? Hold on. I feel like I pay for this. Okay, I don't know if this means I have a subscription or not. Who cares? Fuck it. Maybe I get a few free articles a week. The early Saturday order by Judge Paul Engelmayer, an Obama appointee, precludes officials without proper background checks and security clearances from accessing the payment system through at least next Friday, including the political appointees and special government appointees. It also orders any prohibited persons from accessing or who has had access to the records since presidential inauguration to destroy them. Where do you see that your interpretation of that is that Besant wouldn't have access? Why wouldn't an article specify that? I feel like that would be the juiciest part of that. Why would they not say that? Besant has access. This is crazy. Yeah, okay. I think you're just sending me down a wild goose chase of retarded shit. Never mind. There's no way that this is the case, and nobody has said this or nobody's written about this in any article anywhere whatsoever. I think you're just making shit up. Okay, never mind. Find me an article that says something different. Otherwise, this is retarded. I don't know why I just went on this retarded goose chase. Okay. Nothing. The order specifies that appointees, or that special appointees and employees outside, you can't do italics or anything on this fucking platform, right? Outside of the Treasury Department. I'll just copy paste this to my main account. To have access to sensitive systems in the Treasury. It says already how the law is written. Oh, actually, I need to have pictures, maybe. Say he has access to everything. Oh, true. Okay, you're right. Maintains access to everything as he is the confirmed head of the Department of Treasury. Oh, I can do italics on my main account. Okay. A preliminary injunction can be issued ex parte. I'm assuming this is true. It must be true. The defendants have until, what was it, February 11th to respond? $5 p.m. on February 11th to respond to overturn it. It wasn't a video, but Pisco's going over it live on stream right now.
Certainly don't have that confidence necessarily in the Supreme Court of the United States, but the judicial department. It may not be at this level, at the district court level, but if they don't have success at the district court level or at the Court of Appeals level, and if there's an ultimate confrontation with the Supreme Court, I'm telling you right now, there will be a confrontation, and this administration will try to undermine and defy.
I don't think Bessent has access. He's the confirmed head of the Department of Treasury. You're going to have to show me something that says he doesn't have access, because that would be quite the overreach from the judiciary, no? To block the Treasury Secretary from having access to the Department of Treasury? Wouldn't that be quite an extraordinary thing? Unless department heads are not considered part of their department, which sounds weird. Like, could you block the Attorney General from having access to the Department of Justice? I would have to see, I need to just see one link, one news link that shows that that's the case. Otherwise, I don't believe that. Yeah, but he's a political appointee. It's extreme, but the allegations are extreme. It doesn't matter if he's a political appointee. My feeling is that this order was written to block political appointees like doji people, because you could appoint somebody to the White House and say, like, oh, well, he's got the ability to access all the information they want. Bullshit. Fuck you. That's a political appointee. The head of the Department of Treasury he's confirmed. He's part of the Treasury Department. And I feel like, and I could be wrong, maybe this is just really well-established law that is so obvious that the judge wouldn't put it in the order, but if Bessent himself was denied the ability to access his own department, I feel like that would be specified in the order, no? You would have to show me, I would need to see this in a single article anywhere to believe that. I just don't believe it otherwise. Otherwise, we'll just tweet it out, be embarrassed, and then we'll delete the tweet and pretend we never said it. Before we fact find, how would you feel if it was the case that the judge was making a massive reach? Well, you can't block the Treasury Department head from accessing data in the Treasury, but it sounds like in this rule, they even say that, like, if you're in the Treasury, you can't hand out data to other people. So I feel like that would cover him. Like, this says that the defendants are... No, I'm right. I know that I'm right. Because the defendants here are Scott Bessent and Donald J. Trump, right? And this order, the second part of the order is that the defendants are restrained from granting access to any Treasury Department payment record, payment systems, or any other data systems maintained by the Treasury Department containing personally identifiable information and or confidential financial information of payees other than to civil servants with a need for access to perform their job duties within the Bureau of Fiscal Services who have passed all background checks. So this is saying that Trump or Scott Bessent can't turn that info over to people who aren't authorized to have it. So they're not blocked from accessing it. And then they're restrained from granting access to all political appointees, special government employees, and government employees detailed from an agency outside the Treasury Department to any Treasury Department payment record, payment systems, or any other data systems maintained by the Treasury Department containing personal identifiable. Yeah. So I feel like I'm correct. I think my reading here is correct. Why are people struggling with this? Well, I mean, I can say I could be a little bit confusing, but I think I'm correct. Hold on. The judge's ruling, in essence, that Scott Bessent simply occupies a ceremonial position without real power. The King of England. Okay, that's just retarded. It forbids the elected government from accessing information about budget and finances. Instead, only the permanent deep state government can know what's being spent. department who aren't supposed to have access For now, the order is only for the next week, but if a court tries to make it permanent, well, a preliminary injunction, I think like Toothless said, a preliminary injunction should be granted until the end of the case. No? So I don't know where he gets it. It's only until next week, unless he's confused that people have a chance to respond and all that. Destiny, it's a TRO and an order to show cause as to why preliminary injunction shouldn't be granted. Wait, what? Oh, you're right. This is a temporary restraining order. This is not a preliminary injunction. Wait, why the fuck did I ever? Why have I even been saying injunction then? What I've been saying. Oh, wait, okay, I'm just fucking retarded. Okay, so a TRO, definitionally, is a TRO always ex parte? Temporary restraining order. I hate that you can't link things in a fucking tweet anymore without Elon Musk fucking your shit up. Okay. If you do plus and then put a second tweet and there's a link to the second tweet, does that fuck up your SEO as well? I have no idea. Don't know, don't care. Okay, whatever. I tweeted. SEO is not just magic that nobody understands. What was that sentence? SEO is now just magic that nobody understands. No, I think on Twitter, they very explicitly, if you link to something in your tweet, like link outside of Twitter, they get really mad and they deboost your shit. Like, it's not like a secret, horrible thing. It's like, that's just like openly stated, I believe. Destiny, no, look at the FRCP Rule 65B. They can be with or without us. Federal Rules of Civil Procedure. Yeah, sure. It makes sense that a temporary restraining order could be issued. That's what I thought this was just a preliminary injunction. But when they mention preliminary injunction in here, they're saying that the states are putting together an application for a preliminary injunction. Temporary restraining orders are, as you said, that's a short term and that's like an emergency. That's like I believe that the standard for a TRO, I think, is higher even than for a preliminary injunction, which is higher than a stay. Right? Like TROs are, I think, fairly hard to get, but they have to be like extreme circumstances that warrant them or something. So it would make sense that that's like more sense that would be an ex parte thing versus a preliminary injunction, which might not be, maybe, I don't know. Who cares? Okay, don't care about this. The fuck? President Trump revoking security clearances for New York Attorney General Letitia James and Manhattan DA Alvin Bragg. Did they have them before? Probably for working on federal stuff, or who knows? Whatever. Okay. TROs last just until you can have a hearing for a preliminary injunction, and you have to expedite the hearings. It only lasts up to 14 days with a possible extension. Gotcha. Russ Vought, Trump's budget guy, just confirmed 5347 by the Senate, caught on hidden camera saying Trump's Project 25 disavowal was a lie. They're keeping their real plan secret. They want to only let in Christian immigrants. Getting a lot more Hispanics.
In an ideal world, I mean, I think we
I think we already saw this, didn't we? I don't know if there's like more footage here that we hadn't seen before.
We could save the country in a sense of, the largest deportation in history. And once that starts, there's going to be we're going to be winning a debate along the way about what that looks like, right? Yeah. And so that's going to cause us get us off of multiculturalism just to be able to sustain and defend the deportation, right? If we're going to have legal immigration, can we get people that actually believe in Christianity? Is that something, or do we have to have, are we not allowed to ask questions about Sharia law? So I want to make sure that we can say we're a Christian nation, and my viewpoint is mostly that I would probably be Christian nationism. That's pretty close to Christian nationalism, because I also believe in nationalism.
Behind closed doors, Vogt tells us not to take Trump's disavowal seriously.
I expected to hear 10 more times from the rally, the president, distancing himself from the left's boogeyman.
I feel like I've answered this question 50 quadrillion times. Destiny, do you regret not going deeper and harder on Project 2025 stuff now that it seems to be the way things are actually going? I'm going to give you the same answer I've given a billion times. My issue with Project 2025 was never that it wasn't bad or that it wasn't likely to happen. It was just that I don't think Americans care much about policy. So focusing on a whole book of policy stuff, most Americans aren't going to give a fuck. I've said this a million times.
Project 2025.
Yeah. And you're not worried about that?
I'm not worried about it.
Okay.
He's running against the brand. He is not running against any people.
Okay.
He is not running against any institutions. It's interesting. He's in fact not even opposing himself to a particular policy. Yeah. He's been at our organization. He's raised money for our organization. He's blessed it from I remember walking into our last day in office and told him what I was going to do. So he's very supportive of what we do.
Our investigation into Project 2025 began 2 weeks before the meeting with Vogt at a conference for religious nationalists in D.C.
The truth is, Christian nationalism is not a threat to American democracy. Christian nationalism founded America.
Okay. Testing concluded the judge did bar Bessent from accessing the data himself or didn't bar Bessent from... I don't think he barred him. I think that's bullshit. I think Charlie Kirk's just lying. But everybody keeps saying this, unless I'm missing something. Lawfare in an egregious and unconstitutional assault on executive authority, Judge Paul Engelmayer has unilaterally forbidden all of Trump's political appointees, including Scott Bessent. Wait, what is this? What website is this from? Where it says, Obama judge banned Treasury Secretary Bessent from accessing his agency's data. Subscribe to A-Muse I guess from X. Accuracy confidence low. Wait, is this like rating the reliability of this publication through some third-party thing that is literally saying right here that what is... Okay, this is all retarded. Don't care, don't care, don't care, don't. I already responded to this. MAGA mom on Doji. She went from chill out to save my daughter Ilana DJT in 3 days. If the Treasury Secretary does not remove Doji's access to the Treasury payment systems at once, Congress must immediately act. Chill out, Chucky. Everything is going to be all right. What I can't forget at the moment is Doji has left my daughter, a single mom of 2 young girls, stranded in a foreign country. Oh, what? Because she worked for some USAID thing? She has been a competent, loyal, and exceptional employee as PEPFAR coordinator in 3 countries. Oh, yeah, we read about this. Or somebody emailed me about this. Not only fired, but abandoned with no resources. FYI, I voted for you 3 times, and I thought family meant something to you. Doji has stranded my daughter, a PEPFAR coordinator, excelled over 7 years, 3 countries. Single mom abandoned with no government response to questions. This is outrageous. Her daughter was literally a fucking government employee and she voted for Trump? What the fuck? I will say something that's like really, really, really sad is I hear so many stories from people who have parents who are like directly believing conspiracy theorists over like the thing that they specialize in or work in. So children who like work for the FBI or CIA, whose mom and dads think that like everybody else in the department is up to some deep state shit. Children who are doctors or nurses, whose parents tell them that like vaccines and pharmaceuticals are all trying to kill you. Children who are who are like specialized in an area and their parents just like, nah, I believe this guy that I just saw on Facebook over anything you say. I was going to say that would drive me crazy, but I guess that's kind of happened with my parents. But I feel like I do like political commentary, so it's not the same necessarily as specializing. But oh, true. Good point. Federal judges blocked Elon Musk's Doji from accessing U.S. Treasury records containing personal financial data. Even he's not saying he's lost access. True. Okay. My biggest fight with my dad has been over alien conspiracies. Oof. And are you an actual alien and he doesn't believe you? Wait, is everybody spelling this guy's name wrong? Is his name with just one S? Or did he just... is his handle different? Okay, never mind. It's probably AI generated and the AI confidence of accuracy is low. So later when they're in court or some shit, all these lies can be like, oh, wait, do you think that whole story was just AI generated off the fucking court document? You've been talking to an AI? Based. USAID has pushed nearly $500 million through a secretive U.S. government-financed NGO, Internews Network, which has worked with 4,291 media outlets, producing, in 1 year, 4,799 hours of broadcast, reaching up to 778 million people and training over 9,000 journalists. IN has also supported social media censorship initiatives. The operation claims offices in over 30 countries. Is this really secret though? Like, and it sucks because they've taken so much stuff off of the .gov websites. Oh, ew, I just noticed this is fucking WikiLeaks. Gross. Single audit of Internews Network for the year ended December 31st, 2020. So it sounds like the Office of Inspector General like already goes through all this shit. I don't know how much of this would be public or not, but Did you see the insane shit about the Kash Patel Russian documentary? No, I'd have to see it. Total awarded amount. $36.1 million. Wait, how much did they say they were awarded? $500 million. I wonder through what time frame? Like, is this over all 10 years or whatever? Or what is this? Almost 20 years that it's... Look at the bar graph below. I mean, I see it, but... Is this all like just like per year? I'm trying to understand. Like, is this all just for the year of like 2024 or whatever, or 2023? Because like I see this is like the obligations are 33 million, 42 million, like all of this is like per year. But then it says the total awarded amount is 36.1 million. Was that just for a particular year, or? I don't understand, I guess. You need quantum speed technology? True. Oh, trailing 12 months, fiscal year. This bar graph is cool and all, but I feel like I could visualize it better if it were in random clusters. True. Some of the wildest shit ever caught on camera. This video is old as fuck. Oh shit, this account is probably not the real Scott Bessent. It just says real Scott Bessent. My bad. This is old as fuck, though. To be clear, what the Doji team and U.S. Treasury have jointly agreed to make sense is the following. Require that all outgoing government payments have a payment categorization code, which is necessary in order to pass financial audits. This is frequently left blank, making audits almost impossible. We don't need Doji for this, though. All payments must also include a rationale for the payment in the comment field, which is currently left blank. Importantly, we are not yet applying any judgment to this rationale, but simply requiring that some attempt be made to explain the payment more than nothing. This isn't your job, homie. Yesterday, I was told that there are currently over $100 billion a year of entitlements payments to individuals with no social security number or even a temporary ID number. When I asked if anyone at Treasury had a rough guess for what percentage of that number is unequivocal and obvious fraud, the consensus in the room was about half, so $50 billion a year, $1 billion a week. This is utterly insane. It must be addressed immediately. You wouldn't look at it as an absolute number, though. You'd look at it as a totality of all the payments that go out. Like there's gonna be some level of fraud, right? How much does Social Security pay out per year? Is it 2 billion? Or I'm not billion, I'm sorry, trillion? Also, is this of all the entitlements or everything that goes out of is this for every single payment that goes out of the Treasury? Because if so, then that would mean, because it just says entitlements, like, ugh. How is this dude getting in the buildings? Because nobody gives a fuck in our government right now, apparently. Old man was ready for more. Why do I have this open?
Man chilling in his car until he has to...
Oh, we saw this already.
Social Security will not be touched. It'll only be strengthened. We have illegal immigrants on Social Security, and we're going to find out who they are and take them out. We have illegal immigrants in other Medicare. We have.
Can illegal immigrants? How do they even draw Social Security? They don't even have a. They don't have a Social Security number. I'm sure they have a. I'm sure they steal Social Security numbers when they're working, but that's only going to be paying into it. Are there a lot of illegal immigrants that are 65 plus that are drawing down Social Security? I highly doubt that. I would be shocked if there were that many of those people. My understanding has always been that illegal immigrants on net pay way more into Social Security than they would ever take out from it.
We found a lot of bad people, a lot of people that shouldn't be on, that were put on through California. A lot of them come out of California. We're not going to stand for that. So we're going to strengthen our Social Security, etc. We're not going to touch it other than to make it stronger. But we have people that shouldn't be on, and those people we have to weed out. Most of them, or many of them so far, have been illegal immigrants. They shouldn't even be in the country. Social Security will not be touched. It'll only be strengthened. We have illegal immigrants on Social Security, and we're going to find out who they are and take them out. We have...
you can get a Social Security number if you work and then keep it for when you're older. Are you thinking of just getting a tax ID? Because I think getting a tax ID is different than just getting a Social Security number. And I don't know if you can apply for a tax ID if you're an illegal immigrant in the United States. Like, you'd have to scam to get this or steal it from somewhere, I would imagine. I know people who are on student visas getting Social Security numbers. Can non-residents in USA get Social Security number? Generally, only non-citizens authorized to work in the U.S. by the Department of Homeland Security can get an SSN. Employees use SSN to report your wages to the government to determine eligibility for security. You need an SSN to work, like Social Security, and to receive certain government benefits. Lawfully admitted non-citizens can get certain benefit services without a Social Security. Before coming to the United States or filling out an application. They're saying non-citizen, like a green card holder is not a citizen. This is saying you can apply for one. He is talking about illegals, though? Yeah, that's true. He is talking about illegals, not people who are applying for visas. What's the difference between a Social Security number and an employment and then a tax identification number, TIN versus SSN? It's an umbrella term, and it comprises several different types of tax IDs. The three most important ones are Social Security numbers, employer identification number, and individual taxpayer identification number. Huh. Please contact us if you do not receive your SSN card within 14 days after receiving your green card. Wait, can you get one without having a green card? Destiny, I am a foreign worker in America. I have my SSN card in front of me right now, and it says valid for work only with DHS authorization in big letters. I can't tell if you're trolling me. Take a picture and image it. It can just be the top half of the card, or you're permabanned. I don't believe you. Show me. Maybe for Department of Homeland Security stuff, maybe there are special exceptions. Oh, okay. Valid for work only with the DHS authorization. Okay, maybe there are some special exceptional circumstances or whatever. To be eligible for Social Security or for supplemental security income as a non-citizen, you must be in one of certain classifications granted by the Department of Homeland Security. You may be eligible for SSI if you are lawfully admitted for permanent residence, granted conditional entry, paroled into the U.S., admitted as a refugee, granted asylum, an alien whose removal is being withheld, a Cuban or Haitian entrant, hell yeah, admitted as an Amerasian immigrant, admitted as an Afghan or Iraqi special immigrant, there's an Afghan humanitarian parolee, admitted as a Ukrainian humanitarian parolee. In addition to being in one of the above classifications, you must also satisfy one of these requirements to be eligible for SSI as a non-citizen. So you were receiving it unlawfully residing, you were lawfully residing on 1996, and you're blind or develop a disability, you're lawfully admitted for permanent residence, and you have a total of 40 credits of work. Okay, weird. Oh no, Canadians are booing us even more? Donald Trump may just cost Canada's Conservatives the election. Last weekend, at a National Basketball Association game in Toronto between the Raptors and the Clippers, the U.S. anthem was uncharacteristically booed, becoming something of a trend in Canada since Donald Trump threatened tariffs on Canadian goods being imported into the U.S. Rip. The funniest part is that the PP was going to win in a huge landslide. Apparently some US people are now booing the Canadian anthem. Nice. Fighting with our neighbors. Should non-citizens get Social Security even if they haven't paid much in? Well, I mean, I think you get Social Security based on what you've paid in. That's how Social Security works. Generally, there might be some like super special exceptions, but